Hello everybody and welcome back to Anime Casuals. This is Michael and today we are diving into my punishment anime. My punishment anime was Kimi Ni Todoke, or From Me to You. Now normally I'm not too into a lot of romance anime, especially stereotypical high school ones, but today I gotta thank Lucky for assigning me this punishment. And it didn't even feel like a punishment. It really felt like you were forced to eat ice cream. Or I was forced to take the antidote to the poison I'm dying from. So, all in all, thank you to Lucky for assigning me this anime. Kimi Ni Todoke's main character is Sawako Kuronuma, who is a shy high school girl. She's extremely nice and always trying to not burden others. That's a big theme throughout this anime. And this anime is all about the path she travels to gain confidence and to gain the friendship of those around her, especially the popular boy in class, Kazuhaya. Unfortunately, Sawako has been alone for much of her school life due to her similar appearance to the evil spirit from The Ring. You might notice throughout the anime a lot of people call her Sadako because that is the same name as the evil spirit. And she looks pretty identical as well. She has pale skin, she has long black hair, and every time she tries to talk to somebody, she lacks a lot of the confidence that she needs, and she just comes off sounding very creepy. Now, Kimi Ni Todoke does something amazing. It paces everything out so well, maybe except for season 2, but beyond that conflict, it takes its time to really tell a in-depth personal story for all the characters involved. Lucky actually mentioned to me that he thought I was going to get super bored or hate this anime for how long it takes for the characters to actually understand each other's feelings, but I thought it did it terrific, and that's really what makes this anime special, is it takes the time to do things right. And I really wanted to touch on one of the bigger relationships is between Sawako and her rival Kurumi. Now Kurumi is a very interesting character because she plays the traditional role of the lover's rival to Sawako, but she also plays the role of the bully at school. She is portrayed as this more exotic character who doesn't really share the basic features of a lot of the other characters, the black hair, brown eyes. She has blonde hair and she has vibrant eyes and really sticks out. She's like the attractive girl at school, very popular. And her personality is so warm initially that she goes out of her way to help people. She's constantly on the up and up with everybody. And it really pairs opposite with her true personality, which is she's very manipulative, and she tries to bend all the situations in the school to benefit her and her relationship with Kazuhaya. But a lot of this changes after she finds out that Sawako has feelings for Kazuhaya, and they start being very truthful to each other and admitting their true feelings about Kazuhaya to each other. And this is such a different take on a lover's rival because she actually turns from a very mean bully character to a confidant for Sawako. And this is what I love about this anime, is it bends things about the traditional stereotypes of these characters the same as it does with Sawako's friends, which are Ayane and Chizu. Now, Ayane is such a wonderful character because she's kind of the brains of the three of them, who's constantly protecting Sawako, figuring out who the bullies are, seeing this perfect plan that she has in mind for Sawako, and letting Sawako and Kazuhaya kind of figure it out themselves, while kind of defending other people who would like to get involved. Overall, I really like that about a character who seems pretty intimidating and mature, but also to have this loving side to her. Chizu, on the other hand, is the exact opposite. She's a little bit more airheaded. She's a big heart airhead that is very slow on the uptake on what's happening with Sawako, that at times she just speaks her mind, and sometimes that has big negative outcomes and sometimes it doesn't. But my favorite thing about Chizu is the relationship between Ryu, which is one of Kazuhaya's best friends, and herself. and the development between the two of them as the anime goes on. And it's so heartwarming to kind of see this childhood, neighborhood friend relationship develop, and how Ryu is just okay with being like, hey, I know who Chizu likes, and, I'm okay with her, developing feelings for somebody else because I'm just happy that she's happy. And Chizu looks at Ryu as a younger brother and doesn't really find a lot of interest. And that's, between Ryu and Chizu, that's one of my favorite stories throughout this anime. Overall, I'm just really happy that Ayane and Chizu were not just throwaway side character best friends that didn't have a lot of screen time and didn't have a relationship get built out. Speaking of side characters, we have my other favorite side character, Kento Miura. Hopefully I said that right. Now, Kento, he is a character that comes in only in season 2, and he's kind of like this blonde-haired, playboy type who's really popular with a lot of the girls and kind of, walks around with 8 of them at a time. But he finds some interest in Sawako after seeing her really emotional, standoffish, kind of withdrawn. And the biggest moment is that she's standing by a staircase holding chocolates, and he's like, oh, even girls like her want to give chocolates out. And so he's interested in her and constantly tries to help her out, grow this budding relationship with the two of them, and then goes, oh, wait, no, this isn't going to work out. And let me see what's best for Sawako at this moment. And then gets into this and that, which might be some trouble for her and Kazuhaya later on. But overall, even he has some depth to him and isn't just a throwaway character, even though season 2 feels a little bit out of place. But what doesn't feel out of place is the animation. The animation is so wonderful. It feels like every single line is put there on purpose. From when you see the characters become dark or angry, the whole background changes and you really get the feeling that they're upset, or when there's happy light moments where everybody becomes chippy and really cartoonish and everybody is kind of laughing or having fun. Those really make this anime greater than it was, and they really fit all these pieces in like a puzzle. And that's not just to say that the emotional setting is correct, because the actual anime is just stunning. I think my all-time favorite parts of animation is the cherry blossoms and the Christmas episode. Both feature this falling effect of either the cherry blossoms or the snow that really make the scene breathtaking and really gives you a sense of being there when you see them. The pinks and all the colors that are thrown into the cherry blossoms, and the way that they really make the snow stand out. And this makes a lot of sense because the studio who works on this has had a lot of time in making beautiful scenes, because they're studio production IG from the likes of Haikyuu and Psycho Pass and Ghost in the Shell. Overall, my opinion about this anime, and my opinion about any anime, is if it makes me cry, it's great. And I cried like 6 or 7 times throughout this anime, which probably is not a lot compared to other people who watch this, but for me, it is. Usually I just feel warm or sad, and my eyes tear up, but I don't get full-on tears, and this one made me cry like 5 times at the beginning and a bunch of times throughout. Yeah, I cried a lot in the first 2 episodes. So that is what's great about this anime, is it takes the typical story of a boy and a girl in high school, the typical love story, and transforms it into a story of growth and risk-taking and warm feelings in both your heart and running down your face. If you enjoyed this review, or I got you to watch Kimi Ni Todoke, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Tell me how much you love this anime as well, because I would love to hear from all of you. And I gotta thank Lucky one more time for forcing me to watch this anime, because it was an absolute pleasure. And as always, everybody, keep it casual.